Well, up to this point, we've come up with the easy part of any part. We've come up with the initial design. In the real world, the correct design isn't necessarily achieved on this first attempt. There's always a need to go back and make modifications. And this is SOLIDWORKS' strength. So, let's explore how to make changes to this part. The first change is very straightforward. It's going to require the length of this part to increase to 7 inches. So what is the process to do this? Well, if you were paying attention during the creation of this part, you'd remember the length of this part was defined during the initial boss extrude, following the creation of the first sketch. Simply put, the sketch defined the profile shape of the extrude, and the extrude feature created the depth. So, I need to edit the extrude to make this change. To do this, I right-click on the Boss Extrude feature in the Feature Manager and select Edit Feature from the drop-down menu. The options for the extrude appear in the Property Manager, and I can change the extrude depth to 7 inches. Then I can hit the check, and the length of the part has increased. Also notice that one of our design requirements, maintaining the cutout along the middle of the sloped face, has been maintained. Remember earlier when I made the decision to use the applied fillet rather than the sketched fillet on this cutout? Well, as one of our design changes, let's explore how we can switch this and create the fillet at the sketch level. Applied features are individual entities in the feature tree, so deleting this fillet is simple. I select the fillet, either from the Feature Manager or graphically, and press the Delete button. SOLIDWORKS asks me if I am sure that I would like to proceed with this delete. Yes, I am sure. Now I'm back to a rectangular cut, and the question is how to create the fillet at the sketch level. One method would be to create another sketch on this top surface, sketch an arc, and with the extruded cut, create the fillet. This would work and would create a sketch-based fillet. But why create another sketch? Remember, I can always go back and edit features in sketches. In this case, I can go back and edit the sketch used to create the rectangular cut and add a fillet there. So let's do that. Right-click on the cut extrude, choose Edit Sketch, and we're back to editing the rectangular sketch. As you learned earlier, to use the Sketch Fillet tool, select the Sketch Fillet icon, input the value of the radius you would like, and then simply click on the edge where the fillet is to be created. Click on the green check, and you see the fillet, which was once created as an applied feature, is now replaced with a sketch-based fillet. Let's make one last design change. The through-all hole on the top face is too big. The diameter of the hole needs to be reduced to accommodate a smaller screw. What's the fastest method to do this? This is a simple dimension value change, so we should be able to achieve this rather quickly. Remember, the diameter of the circle resides in the sketch, so we could edit the sketch and change the dimension there. But we do have a shortcut way of accessing that dimension without having to edit the sketch. Remember, I can double-click on the feature, and the dimensions associated with that feature will appear. The black dimensions belong to the sketches, and the blue dimensions belong to the feature. Notice, though, that only a black dimension appears for the sketch. Why? Well, if you remember, this is a through-all cut, so there is no feature dimension to change. It will simply cut through all the material, no matter what the depth. So I can make the change to the diameter by double-clicking the black diameter dimension and entering a new value into the spin box. And the dimension has now been changed. Now I need to tell SOLIDWORKS to recalculate the feature by clicking the Rebuild button. And the feature is recalculated with the new dimension value. We covered many concepts here in this lesson, and I encourage you to take the time to not only repeat this lesson and create this part using the features and the steps I've used, but also to look at it with a critical eye and to see if you can come up with your own method of creating this part, even if it's just a difference of just one feature.